good? Matt Clark here at the new Matt Clark. How are each and every one of you doing on this amazing Sunday? I'm doing great. My girl's doing great. My family's doing great. I hope each and every one of you are doing great. Despite the times that we're living in, we all know it's thumbs down. If you could please hit that like button, if you could please hit that subscribe button and that bell notification button to get all my videos when they're new. If you could share with somebody on social media, help spread the message, help spread the word, that'd be amazing. And there's a PayPal option if you'd like to donate, help support the channel. The link is in the description of most of my videos. It will be in this one. So, today I'm doing a subscriber request. A subscriber left a comment and asked me to react to this shocking video released of Canadian prison riot. So that's what I'm gonna do. You guys know I've done videos about it. I've been in prison riot before, a real one where we read the Prison Riot Act, the Canadian Riot Act, which means after that, there's no protection of your property and they have the legal right to take your life. That's in a federal penitentiary. I don't even know if that happens in a provincial, but I'm sure it would if they breached the compound and were at risk of getting out. But, you know, we're gonna watch this together. We're gonna check it out and then we'll talk about it. You know, anybody who thinks this stuff is fun, you know, a lot of guys go to jail thinking that this stuff is fun. It's fun to be in a riot, it's fun to be in a smash up, which at times is right, because you could be hype up in the moment and it can seem like fun. But also things can get out of hand, you know, things can get crazy. People can get sent to the SHU or sent to max, their sentences extended. People can get hurt. A lot of the time, if it's a big smash up, this one I think only has 16 guys. If it's a big smash up though, sometimes anger can be redirected. Say initially it's at staff and then they see somebody that they've wanted to get for a bit or something like that, and now there's barricades and everything like that, so there's no way for anybody to see or protect these dudes. Sometimes that can happen. It's happened all around. If you watch the Disturbance at that South Carolina prison, I forget what it's called, where 7 dudes ended up losing their life, it's crazy and it's shocking. And you know, I'm telling you, man, you be in the middle of a disturbance, you see somebody who claims to be so hard talking about busting his gun in the street, and then they're shaking, you know, because people are going crazy. And a lot of the times, the guys that go the craziest are the guys that you wouldn't expect to go that crazy. Guys that maybe don't come across as the hardest or the most gangster, but they're definitely riding for a cause. They definitely believe in things, and when they're down and their backs against the wall, then they're definitely going to stand up for what they believe in. And I think a lot of the time that's what riots come down to. It comes down to being disrespected by staff to a point where you just snap. And if you look in the media and you look at all that, they're not going to show you that. They're going to tell you that these inmates were horrible people and they went in there and just decided to destroy things for the sake of it. And sometimes that may be the case, but most times there's a build-up before it. There's disrespect that goes on with the staff or something like that. Most things like that don't just come out of nowhere. So let's check this video out. We'll talk about it as we go, and we'll talk about it after. And you already know, this should be interesting. Now you can see they're already committed because they're showing their face. That's commitment. They're not even trying to hide it. And you can see there, that's the staff that's just recording. They're recording everything. See, at this point, you can hear the cops laughing. They're giggling to themselves. They're not really taking it seriously. They assume that at the end of the day, they'll just get tired or die down, and if not, they'll just go in and mess everybody up. Now, I'll tell you, if this is Ontario, they would come in and just smash you. They'd get the ISA team, they'd smash you. They have these new grenades that they shoot into the range. They take a bounce, a second bounce, and then they blow up these little rubber bullets that go whoop in every direction. You get hit with that, it's worse than a paintball. They run those things into the block, boom, 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 until everybody's hiding, and then they'll bum rush the blocks from the sides. That's why they have the hectagon shapes, so they have access from more than one entry point. And it just is what it is, man. That's how prison riots go. Chances are, if you get involved in one, you're going to take a beating after it.
He needs some paper towels.
It's a mop thing that wring out the mop.
Oh,
See, at this point, it doesn't look too serious. You know what I mean? They look like they're just in there smashing stuff up, having fun. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens, though. Let's see how serious this gets.
Top is off. Okay.
Cheer it!
Look out, get out here, get out here.
At that point, the reason why I guarantee you they edited it there, they did not want to show their building being overtaken by inmates and the inmates going in there and smashing things and them retreating. I guarantee you that is why they're not showing us.
Luke Banks, not visible on camera.
Hear that? Identifiable.
Okay, there's another one.
Anybody who's identifiable will be charged.
Even if you can't see it.
Extremely toxic, Mike. That stuff's really toxic. So they're all blessed to have these masks. What the inmates don't realize, or maybe don't care, is that you are trapped in a block. You're in a provincial block, which means you don't have access to open windows. So you're smoking yourself out. Fire in that circumstance does nothing but put your own life in danger. At the end of the day, they can run. They can run. Fire makes no sense. If you got beef and you want to fight them, go through the window, try to get at them. But burning a fire in there is only going to create damage and injure yourself, in my opinion.
We may have to back to this area. Supervise Are we going to spray it again?
Like I said, this riot was at St. John Regional Correctional Center in St. John's, New Brunswick, and I never read the reasons why this happened, but I guarantee, almost guarantee, because there's no violence inmate on inmate, that this has something to do with conditions. That's the facts, and I don't even need to hear the facts to know that, because every time I was in any kind of a disturbance like that, it was typically over food, it was typically over being locked down early, or way too much for shortage of staff. There's always a reason behind it. The Canadian government controls the media, therefore a lot of prison news is not released. It's almost impossible to find out about prison violence in Canada, even though like it's clearly lots of violence across this country in the penitentiary system that you can't find out about. You know, I've tried to Google things that I know happened and it just doesn't show up. And that is because our media is controlled, and that's just facts. But as you can see at the end, they were there with the Riot protectors. So those are basically shields to protect them from knives or anything sharp. And they'll literally come with groups of guys with those shields and just bum rush you into a cell, bum rush you up against a wall. They'll have billy sticks. They'll have OC spray, which is like bear spray. I wouldn't say it's like pepper spray because it's a lot stronger than that. Even though it is pepper spray, they all are. It's way stronger than your typical run-of-the-mill pepper spray, and it sticks to you. It's like a foam, like an orange foam. And when it hits you, it expands and it burns. And if you try to wash it off, it burns more. You need a shower right away. I was sprayed with that stuff at East Mall Court as a young offender and had to sit with it all day long at court. They did not care about how I felt, about the fire that was happening. It was crazy. It was insane. And honestly, it was torture. And I also got sprayed with the OC spray in a small little cell in Joyceville. And for a couple minutes, you're literally gasping for your breath and you feel like you're going to die. It's not fun, and it's going to happen. Once you riot, once you commit to that, it is going to happen. It's just a fact of the matter. So these guys, 5 of them got charged. One guy got 21 months consecutive. One guy got 15 months consecutive. One guy got acquitted. One guy got an 18-month conditional sentence to be served in the community because of health issues. And one guy didn't show up to trial. He went on the run. I guarantee you it's most of those guys at the beginning of that video where they're all just standing there barefaced, not very smart. The riot that happened when I was in Joyceville definitely was not like that. Everybody ran into the washroom. They covered the windows. Everybody had full face masks on. And it was really hard for them to prove who was the instigators, although eventually they did, from things like seeing tattoos on guys, the way guys' hair is. They have a full investigation, and by the end of it, somebody is going to take the fall. And like I said, these things are not fun, man. You can become a target in these if people don't like you. Things can just get out of hand. Like I said, people get overdosed from drugs, and nobody is going to come and help you. If ever caught in one of those situations, understand that if you're in that position, you have the right to keep yourself alive. And if the only way to do that is by being involved in ensuring that you don't stand out as somebody who's weak or somebody who's against the grain, so you get targeted, then that is what you do. You think about your safety first before anything else. Now, what happened after we rioted? We got taken to a range, which was being renovated at the time in Joyceville. This is around the time that they were splitting up the building, half population, half into reception, prior to turning it full reception. So they put us on one of the blocks that they were renovating, gave us one pair of tidy whities, one green jumpsuit, no hygiene for one solid week, no chapstick, no nothing like that. 7 guys got shipped to Max and charged, I'm pretty sure, with incitement and stuff, because we got read the Riot Act, and when they read us the Riot Act, they came in and they said 4C, if you do not go back to your cell, we will use lethal force. Federal penitentiary. If you're a risk to trying to get out of that building and you're affecting the infrastructure, guess what's going to happen? They're going to come, they're going to shoot you dead. So think about it before you ever instigate something like that if you're in the prisons, or if you ever get involved in something like that. And if it is out of your control, you know what you have to do. Think about yourself first. Obviously, I share my stories with you guys so you guys don't have to go through these things yourselves. If I could snap my finger, nobody goes to prison, nobody goes to jail, that's what I do. But that's not a reality, especially in 2021. Sometimes, man, your ribs is touching. Sometimes you just need some cash. You got family. Sometimes it's addiction-led. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And sometimes that can land you in prison. Doesn't make you a bad person. Doesn't mean that you can't change. What it means is you need to start focusing on what's best for you. And you need to get away from anybody that will lead you astray. Those people are not your friends. If they say they're your friend, they're not going to send you drugs or push you to use when you're trying to get clean. They're not going to send you on missions or make you do crime when you're trying to stay away from that life, or you're trying to provide for your family legitimately. These things are all easy to see once you have a level head, you've gotten yourself out of that life for a little bit, and you realize that when you surround yourself with good people, good things start to happen. If you could please hit that like button, if you could please hit that subscribe back button and that bell notification button to get all my videos when they're new. If you could share with somebody on social media, help spread the message, help spread the word, that'd be amazing. And there's a PayPal option if you'd like to donate, help support the channel. The link is in the description of all of my videos. So, at the end of the day, you may end up in prison if you're watching this video. Some of you know that. Sometimes life just gets in the way and there's nothing you can do about it and you may end up there. This is one of the realities of being in prison. You know, sometimes your life will be on the line whether you like it or not. It's up to you on how you react to that. And at the end of the day, the smartest thing to do is to react strong. Not show fear, not show anybody that you're scared despite the fact that you may be. And believe me, a lot of the people around you also are. Just think about yourself, man. Don't let somebody slap you around, punch you up. At the end of the day, they're hitting you anyways. You know what I mean? Prison's a bad thing, man. Do your best to stay away from it. Love each and every one of you. The new Matt Clark.